Hello, welcome back. Last time I made a not entirely satisfying solution to Sushi Robot, but I did get it done. However, it's been pointed out to me that I once observed that the C2S RF901 has a non-blocking buffer which I can just wait to read from because it'll buffer data for as long as it needs to. It doesn't actually say specifically about that here. I had the impression I had to read these packets as soon as they came in, but I did a little test and I actually don't. So I think this can actually be improved a lot by eliminating this component. Possibly a few more. I think I can throw a lot in the trash here. Hold on, before I do this though. This should be actually pretty trivial to bolt on top of the solution I had there. Right, so I need the address of that. Also, I have a slight error in my data here. This is actually supposed to be a 0. It just so happens that when I processed the data, -1 also worked, but that is supposed to be a 0. It's real data there. Okay, so you'll still move x0 ACK. You'll still test if it's -999. If it's not, though, you'll move ACK to x2, sure, why not? And then move x0 to x2, sure, why not? Though no, I can do even better than that. Okay, so somebody will talk to the outside world, just see ya, wires. So this will talk to me here. This will connect to A0, this will connect to D0, sure. Move. Okay, let's see. Might actually not have room for this, but I might. Move X0 ACK. Move ACK X1. That's the address, right? Yeah, table ID. Move X2, X3, right? So you get the fish, and then you get... Oh, right, no, you don't actually move ACK to X2 here. In fact, that doesn't go anywhere at all except here. Will that work? Part not sleeping. X2, no, X3. Part not sleeping, blocked on right. Gen P1, 1. Do I need to sleep or something? Yeah, there's some sleeping involved. So this is going to improve every graph. That'll be very nice. You sleep 3 and then you send the data. Okay, so you sleep the first, of course. Oh, and I don't even have the sleep 3 in here. Great. Can I get away with more sleeping? Or will this fail? That will fail. Okay, so no I can't. Alright, that's fine. Okay, well, that's a real nice improvement. So yeah, it just reads from here whenever it's ready to serve it. It'll sit there in the queue for a moment, but instead of making my own secondary queue on top of this one, I can just use the built-in one in the radio. There we go! Now this is a good solution. Beautiful. Okay, so power usage all the way down there, lines of code down here, production cost down here. Hugely beating the average on everything. That's fantastic. I got to the second average on power usage. Alright, I don't want to spend more time. I want my fourth graph to also be to the left, so I'm not going to spend any more time on that, but that is a satisfying improvement on that. Yeah, look how much better these all are. 2 ticks left, everything. Cool. Alright. Thanks for that tip. Yeah, so, just a thing I had forgotten, apparently. As promised, I have a serious job for you. You're the one I fed, whose kitties I fed. There will be custom displays to report current status of each component for monitoring and control of my thorium reactors. A bit more interesting than cats, maybe? I was interested in your cats. You gave me a cool picture. Let's look at it again. Cute kitties. Yeah, I don't know who the third one is still. Okay, Chief Nuclear Scientist, Avalon City, F. Sanchez Montoro at ELEC. Okay. So, thorium reactor status monitor. I want to say there's a spec for this. Thorium salt reactor custom LCD spec. Yeah, okay, check it out. It's this thing. Error is an X-bus input indicating the current reactor error, if any. Okay. Blocking, because it doesn't say non-blocking. Great. So those are both good in their own ways. But yes, note that this is blocking. Power is a simple input indicating the current power output of the generator. Temp is a simple input indicating the current temperature of the reactor's core. This is sounding like a pretty dangerous project. Control is a simple input indicating the current state of the reactor's control. No. Thorium reactors are extremely much safer than, like, uranium nuclear reactors. I happen to know. Also think thorium reactors are, like, slightly theoretical currently. I want to say that's, like, in active research, but might not actually have a working implementation in the real world at the moment. Not sure about that part, though. My brother knows a lot about this stuff, but I don't. Control is a simple input indicating the current state of the reactor's control rods. Okay. Display is an X-bus display output corresponding to a LX9... How do you pronounce that? Corresponding to a Lux 900C custom LCD. Continuously update the display to show the current status of the reactor. Okay. To turn on a display segment, send that segment's ID to display over X-bus. To turn off a display segment, send that segment's ID multiplied by -1. Okay. There is an instruction in this language I have never used. No, there isn't. There is no neg. Alright, I'll just have to sub twice then to neg. To turn off all display segments, send the value -999 to display over X-bus. If reading from error provides a value, send that value to the display unchanged. To turn the corresponding error indicator on or off. Look in the supplemental data section of the manual to find the custom LCD specifications for the display, in addition to specific instructions for how to display the different pieces of status information. Something about this description is reminding me of... By the way, I have a detailed plan now for exactly what I want to do with... Not this one yet. I have a vague plan for prototyping new ideas, but for custom specifications, I know exactly what I want to put in here. I've written out all of what it's going to be. It's not that complicated, but when I have a moment, I'm going to do this and see how tough it is to solve. But I'll probably wait until I run out of puzzles here, then that'll be in the second pass alongside prototyping new ideas. And maybe optimizing a few of these that I left behind that I really wanted to do. Oh, also, I've been notified that I can enter a special code in here, the puzzle archive. There are two that I know currently. One for a harder American sandwich assembler. This one. And believe it or not, I'm told there's a harder version of Harvest Time. So, what? Okay, so that's a thing I'm going to have to deal with eventually. So probably order is going to be finish this list, do the two that are here, try harder Sandwich Assembler, try harder Harvest Time, and then any extra optimization I think I'm going to do. But there may be more post-game beyond this. There could be a third location for all I know. I suspect there's not, but there could be. Anyway, so, I should definitely read over this spec again because there was a lot in here, but let's look at what I can learn from this. Place the design you want in the marked area below. Mark regions clearly with whole numbers 1 to 998. Right, because -999 is, questions? Call Chuck. Okay, it is Lux. I said it right. Lux Industry Custom LCD spec, revision 3. Compressor turbine generator, power output. Thorium salt reactor, temperature, control rods, temperature power output 090, control rods 050, 100. Okay, so one control rod there. So you're saying control rods, okay, so these are LCD segments. Okay, and this is how to map those. Alright, so I'm going to have some thresholding. Because I can't really do a divide by 20. Can I do a divide by 2? Didn't I have a thing where I did a divide by 2 and it wasn't too much of a pain? Yes, multiply by 5 DGT1. To divide by 20, multiply by 5 DGT2. Yeah, okay. So multiply by 5 DGT2 and I would get an index of these. However, no, it is not that simple. I have to set 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 to display anywhere between 80 and 100. Also, 100 is a legal value. I guess I could do for anything 5 or above, I do all of these, if I'm processing my numbers that way. Okay, so I think I get it. Oh dear, you know what I just noticed? Board constriction, huge thing on the board. Little bit of space to work in over here, bunch of I/O pins that are going to be a pain to route. Alright, so this is a severe space crunch for a heck of a lot of logic for LCD control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are 4 and 5? If a reading from error provides a value, it's blocking. Yeah, no negative 999s there. I have to wait for error. If a reading from error provides a value, send that value to the display unchanged to turn on the the corresponding error indicator on, positive, or off negative. So this just does it. Like, if you get an error, just send it. That's pretty trivial. I mean, like, you can almost... Could I? No, it doesn't read it itself. It has to have data actually pushed to it. Well, but data is being pushed. Why doesn't that work? Feels like it oughta. But now, hold on. To turn on a display segment, send that segment's ID to the display over X bus. To turn off a display segment, send multiplied by -1. Sure. Okay, so we got temperature, power, control. So temperature is this gauge, control is this gauge, power is this gauge. Okay, so we just got really 3 things. No control rods is weird. Temperature and power are both like this, but control rods are different. 0, 50, 100. I'll assume those are the only valid values. This sounds an awful lot like a time when I might be able to use logic gates. This feels like a logic gate use case, maybe. How does this thing work? What can I edit? All of these? Okay, so those are radio buttons, these are checkboxes. What's this symbol? That's an OR gate, that's an AND gate. It's a NOT gate with an extra little dot. I don't think that's what XOR looks like. Maybe I'm wrong. SR... set read? I would expect RW read write, if that's what it is. I don't know if I want to go into that realm, but... let's see, why do I think logic gates are right for this? So this segment here, on only if control rod is 100. This one here, on if control rod is 50 or greater. This one here, always on. Literally always on. Okay, so power 0, 30. Temp 0, 91. Control 0, 50, 100. 50, 0. Okay. Errors are just that. All right. Like, I don't care about any of this. This is all just error stuff. I pass it unchanged, it controls itself perfectly, but just wiring those directly didn't work. If I add my own push, does that help somehow? Strangely, yes. But I just can't wire directly, because like those were not blinking when that happened. It just doesn't read. Okay, so for some reason that's insufficient, and I don't actually understand why. I really feel like that should work. Because yeah, like this writing to that should be identical to a microcontroller writing to it, but somehow it's not. Okay, but other things need to be written to that. So overall structure of this is that a dude here sends information in. I can do this and it's fine. That can escape. Sure. Okay, so here's a thing. Someone needs to SLX on the error line. I guess I could do this? Let's see how much it likes that for errors. Yes, okay. So if I were to just simple pin this. Excuse me? Oh, right. Doesn't work. Oh, right, because those can't go negative. That's not the only reason, though. Oh, well, yeah. So... I guess I could... I don't like this, though. I really, really don't like that, so I'm going to do something different. It's fine. Alright, so... There's really no reason I couldn't have someone do this, though. Like an additional connection. This just goes to multiple places. So sure, your X2 outputs to that. Maybe your X3 outputs to that. And also connects to this. You can do other stuff with X3, communicate to the outside world with X2, X1, and X0. You might not need that many I/O lines, but then again, maybe you will for like power, temp, control conversion. Power and temp both want to basically call the same subroutine for what this game defines as subroutine, for getting status of these. Oh, so for if I don't know if it'd end up being more efficient. For like message send efficiency to this, I would remember the last state of the LCDs and only send turn on, turn off commands for the delta between that and this. I probably won't bother doing that. I will probably send redundant ones for every state change. Or maybe even every tick. So this will be fine for error handling. Yeah, that's all I need for error handling. You're not even involved. You don't have to care about the timing of this. You can't really do anything else since you're SLXing on that, so that's just a microcontroller, just for error. So that's fine. Yeah, and you would never read from X3, so you can't disrupt that. Okay, so anyway, that takes care of this section. Let's think about control rods, since that one's unique. So, control. Simple, alright, so that's convenient. Power and temp... Let me see if I can do this with one of these little dudes. The answer is obviously no. Why would I even try that? Okay, so I want to convert... Really, I just want an index. 30, 31, or 32. I'll send that index and the next two... Okay, no, that's not actually what I want. What are you even gonna do? Just receive messages from everywhere and pass them on, I guess. Like, you're essentially just I/O expander at this point, right? Because you'd like... no, you can't SLX on multiple things. You might not exist. Like, a bunch of dudes are probably just gonna... No X-bus collisions will happen because these are all single item messages, so it's fine for everybody just to gang up together and talk to this. Okay, but I do note that it is very convenient to place one of these here. Okay, so how do I actually do any logic at all here? You know what, let's work on temperature and power first. Let me write a function for... Yeah, okay, that'll be your purpose then. You receive... Oh boy. That's an error thing, yeah, so just error might tell me about that. So 10 through 14, 20 through 24. Okay, so temperature and power, 0 to 19. Right, so I'm not thinking about control at the moment. I kind of just want to do the same thing with two... Okay, so something like... Sure, that works. Okay, so I would move... Alright, so for power, first index is 10. Move 10 to x1, move p1 to x1, move 20 to x1, move p0 to x1. Okay, so this function call takes a parameter which is the starting index of the LCD, and then a 0 to 100 value. Maybe I can do better. Can do it once. Can't do that twice, though. Okay, well, I can do this. That would actually be fine. Yeah, I mean, those are going to happen in an arbitrary order, which is completely fine. Don't got a lot of space for control logic. You can move up a bit, theoretically. Like there's some space up here that's being stolen away from me by this wire, but I can reclaim it probably. I might not need to. Okay, but anyway, idea would be... Right, now I can fit the extra logic. So that extra logic, oops. that extra logic handles the case where this is actually at 100, so that I don't get a 0 instead of that. Something looks wrong with this. Mul 5, TGT2. No, that's right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And special case for 4 for 100. Sure, that's fine. All right, so we get an index, and I guess really, why would I not just communicate? Well, no. So here's a first LED index. And then a number of additional ones beyond that to activate. Sure. So what would this even look like? That's a little more like it. This would let me maybe bridge out through there if I need to. Alright, so I reclaimed a tiny bit of space. I have some room to actually do something with control here. SLXX, yeah, your X1 might listen to something down there, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so when you receive that, right, so actually this is literally always on. So I could just skip that entirely. If I did this. I don't like having those in reverse order. Okay, I don't know if I want that. I might, though. You probably don't want a daisy chain onto there. It's more likely I want you to do this, but then part disconnected to self. Okay. I don't know about this, but for now that's what's happening. Okay, yeah, so you only need to operate on 21, 22, 23, 24, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Sure. So right, you get the first number in there. Well, let's do this then. Oh wait, no, you do need to be told always, because if it is at 0, they need to turn off those, right? Okay, so, x1, what? What's x1? You know, x0. Alright, so x0, ac, oh, this doesn't really work. No, it really does not. Okay, I had an idea, but it was no good. Can't use simple pins for that. Okay, so there are ways I could do that, actually. I'm thinking your simple pin can communicate the offset here. Because I'm going to need to read that multiple times. Then I want to count with this value and also do some negations somehow. Okay. Well, That's not really straightforward. I also have this little conflict here, but I can do stuff about that. I mean, there's nothing saying I can't do this. Yes, there is. Part connected to self. How annoying. This whole design of having this microcontroller here doesn't seem great, but I might... I don't know. I might be okay with it. So yeah, how do I do the operation here? This is the first step in processing, but there needs to be another one. So maybe you're the second step in processing, you're actually the third one. Okay, so how do I do the second step of processing? I send an array of commands. So I guess you would just select x1, move x1, x3. That's completely useless. That does literally nothing but a pass-through. So if it's 0, I need -21, -22, -23, -24. If it's 80 or something, if it's 100, I need 21, 22, 23, 24. If it's like 50, I need 21, 22, -23, -24. So like at some point I want to count. I want to count a number of times specified by Okay, so let's do this. This will happen 4 times. So what, I'm just going to unroll the loop and do this 4 times? Oh boy, hold on. Should I be involving some of these maybe? Maybe. Just for like counting? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. Maybe I would use one of these just for its counting properties. That actually sounds pretty cool. Oh, well, I'd have to have a data line too. Well, that's fine, I can do that. Got no room for control, but whatever. This is a little ridiculous. I probably won't keep this design, but just to have an extra counting register, I think that's fine. 0x1. Okay, so so you get a number here in dat, which is the offset, and a number here in ac, which is see, now hang on, like negating is actually not that straightforward. I can sub ac, but then if I sub ac again, I just subtract 0. Wait, I can mul -1. I can mul -1. Just mul -1. Negating is simple. You don't need a negate command. Just mul -1. Easy. Okay, great. That's fine then. Okay, so then this becomes easy. So tech A0 ac. Oh, right, so you had a sub 1, you need one too. Great. Take A0 ac plus mul -1. Oh, actually, A0, x1. Move 0, x1. Oop, take x1, ac. So right, number coming in here is an ac, but that's no good. No, that needs to go to x1, I think. Or something? Well, it works either way, really. Okay, so in any case, move x0 dat, so that's the offset. Then move x0 ac, that's the count beyond that offset, before which I should get negative numbers. So if I'm moving 0 to this, problem is I need to operate on ac, that's the thing. So I still don't have enough registers. I would need an additional one. Or maybe... well, I can send it onto this. No, wait. No. Okay, so move x0 ac. Move x0 dat. Move dat x1. No, move x0 dat. Add dat. No, don't add dat. Okay, right, so this is the offset. So it starts at 20. Actually, it starts at 21, doesn't it? It does. Because I'm subbing 1. Okay, right, yeah, you never touch 10 and 20. I could do that to eliminate these instructions if that's really important. Like if I'm so crunched for instructions that I would be okay with doing an extra operation every time these change. No, that sounds terrible. It's much better not to. Just always leave those lights on. Okay, so anyway, so right, I get the first offset. Move x0 dat, so that's the index at which, oh, okay, so I can, here's what I can do. Can simplify this away and perhaps be able to eliminate this ridiculous thing that I was going to use just for its counting properties. Like I was going to move something to or out of D0 and then just test against this address, but I think I can do much better if I start with... No, here's the thing. I still need... okay, I need to count to 4. I think it's easier if I can compare those numbers directly, but I could just compare to my counter value. Okay, but anyway, so I'm moving 21 to AC. And I'm going to add a few times. All right, so 21 is an AC. Something between 21 and 24 is in DAT. So sure, I move 0 to x1, set the address to 0. I test if x1 equals... No, I don't like this. There's a lot I don't like about this. Okay, so... TLT x1 dat. Yeah, okay, I think I can make this work now. TLT x1 dat minus mul negative 1 move ac x3 minus mul negative 1 add 1 tech x1 move x2 null, so advance the counter. That's 2 add 1s. Well, that's how it is. Tech x1 4 0 1 2 3 4, yes. This looks super weird, but it might be partially right. Am I thinking about this in any way the right way? Well, you don't have a sleep, that's a problem. Okay, this does advance a unit. It did indeed set those to those things. Power's gonna go up. Nothing good happened. Yeah, that should have displayed. It didn't. Temp's gonna go up. Nothing displayed. Okay, that's temperature, that's power, but nothing's happening. Okay, so what's this actually doing? With P0 ac, so right, those are both 0. So I won't see anything for a 0, but here's a 30 on temp. Wait, no, on power, sorry. Power equals 30. It's not 100, so I mul 5, 150. DGT2. So I get 1, sure. Yes, that is what should display. I want power to go up by 1 tick. Move 11, x1. Alright, so you get that. Move that 1 to x2, 1. Okay, AC11.1 sounds good. Move 0, x1. So set the pointer to that. TLT x1 dat. It is, so I don't negate. Move AC x3. Oh, here's the problem. That doesn't actually output to the reactor. Okay, great. So I can actually just connect these directly because I'm not doing any processing of that. Okay, yeah, because this is actually sending direct commands to the thing. Wait, what's going on? It processed this first. No, it didn't. Oh, collision. Yeah, so I'm getting mixed data from these two because they're going over the same line and writing at the same time. I guess I could just offset? No, that won't work. For multiple reasons. You get the 11, then you'll get the 21, probably. Yep, you sure did. Okay, so I need that not to collide. Okay. Well, alright, so I can do... Okay, I can do something here. I can definitely do something here to make this make sense. So first of all, I can eliminate that, so that helps a little bit because I want to bridge... What now? Okay. But this can't reach that at all. Like, I can never use x0 here. Hold on, but x1 wants to go to... Okay. What I wanted to do was to have one of these connected to both simple inputs and just send a message to something which is going to do this same processing on it. I still think that makes sense, so hang on, let me go forward from that idea. This all fits here, I could just put it there, and that'd be fine, I guess. But the I/O lines, no, it's... Okay, it's weird with this layout. Lots of things are weird here. This is a very strange program. Okay, so I want one of you to get both power and temp. How will I do that? So one of you get both the simple pins. Here, just erase a bunch of wiring. Shoo. Shoo. Go away, all of you. So I want, first of all, some nice wiring for power and temp to go to the same place. I'm not going to get that, am I? It'd be ugly. If I want both X buses, no, I don't need both X buses. But with this layout, I'm just not going to get what I want. Yeah, so I cut through the P0, I ignore the X0. I can't bridge through there twice, though. Because I want both this to go to this, and this to go to the X0 sum. Oh, okay, so that's impossible as it is. Got it. Okay. If I move these down, does it help? Can just dodge that. This takes up essentially the same amount of space, but then X0 is blocked. Okay, so don't use X0. And then I can bridge for that, sure. Bridge for that, sure. Oh, no, I can't, of course. Okay. What about moving something to the right, like this? Alright, so you'll talk to the outside world. You'll have neither of your simple pins filled. An X bus needs to make it in there, which it can't do with that P1 there. Yep, that really does not work. I connected those, but not this. And then this can't move right. Maybe it can. Not if you want X2. You don't need X2, though. You actually don't. But then I need this connected. Okay, nothing works layout-wise. Is there another way I can solve this layout problem? I probably need to do something better anyway because I've done nothing for control. So I think basically, like, my problem here is I'm just doing this in the wrong place. So let's say that this would have that sole purpose, and that's fine. Okay, so I think I can make this work, maybe. Okay, so you go away. You need to connect to this in a way that makes sense. So your X2 gets to be... simple pins in my way. Your X2 gets to be the outside world. So these are for that. You'll just use D1 and A1 for the counting. X2 for talking to somebody here. Okay, so layout's just not being friendly to me. Okay, maybe I can do that. It's not quite plausible yet, but it's getting closer. Okay, so P1 power, P0 temp, X0 for... actually nothing. Okay, so then that means I can maybe compact this better. Oh, look at this little sneaky wire channel here. Check it out. And I can use that P0. No, I can't quite. Okay, well that's fine. I can do it this way. There we go. That's what I needed. Okay, cool. So what this would do, you would move P0. Okay, no, you would first move... Okay, so I basically got a copy of this here. So, SLX X0. Move X0 AC. Tech AC 100. Before I do that. Then this is move X0 X1. Move AC X1. Sure, sounds good. Okay, so all you would do then... Yeah, this is much better. So that serializes this, or linearizes it or whatever, and opens up lots of space here for me to deal with control. Sounds good. Okay, so move P0 AC, move... Okay, so P0 is power, whose offset is 10 or 11. Move 11, or not AC, X... 1, move 11 X1, move P1 X1, move 21 X1, sleep 1. Great. Okay, so that's all you do. So again, before I think about control, right, and you need your wiring adjusted. SLX X2, X2 that, X2 that. Okay, so that's all the reading you do. Move 0 to X1, that's still the address. TLT X1, dat, small negative 1, move AC X3 is still the output, great. Move X0 null, so you're doing a read to nowhere to advance the instruction pointer. Tech X1 for, let's jump loop. Okay. Let's see how that looks. So here comes a 0, you get a 0, so you move that 11 in here, and after that it gets a 0. Okay, so 11 plus 0, great. Move X0, X1, or move 0, X1 rather. Negate, move, negate, count. This, count the other way. I don't love that I have to count two different ways, but I need to. It's just, I just have to do it because I need a known value to terminate this loop, which would change based on this. Or I need something to compare to terminate the loop, which again, would change. So yeah, you're sending negatives for all of those. Looks to me like you did the right thing. Somebody's not sleeping. Oh, what? Right, you have an SLX. You don't need that sleep one. Okay, sure. So that's fine. Power output looks good. Power output looks good. There we go. Temp went up a lot. Control rod's happening and you're not hearing about it. And this is going to go down from 91 to 82, which won't move the thing. Okay, so I think I have perfectly adequate, if inefficient, control for temperature and power output now. Sure. Yeah, inefficiency is also space and cost because I'm using this just to count. I'm okay with that. Maybe. So now control. Oops. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. I mean, maybe it is. So I have to sneak this x1 out of here. Done. Okay, so there's your x1. Here's how you can output to that. All right, so somebody's going to talk to that way. It'll be your x2. Control will be your p0, and now you're going to have to do a lot of logic on your own. Or sneak a helper in somewhere that's a little hard to do, which might be possible, though. Like, an MC4000X can't fit there. That's not enough space. No, there is nowhere I can put a helper on this board. It is unavailable. Okay, that's a little worrying. I don't think I can do control rod logic in just this one controller, but maybe. No, sure I can. Okay, yeah. So, oh, check it. Make this a little roomier. And, right, so the control rod, 32 is always going to be on. Move 32, x1. Great. So, space that out just so you do it since you happen to have an I/O line there. I don't need these lines free in here, but just a central place for initializing LCD segments is nice here. Yeah, so I think I can just do a really dumb thresholding for turn on, turn off for this. Sure. TCP P0 okay, so 0 50 150. Can I TCP? 31, 33, 34. So there are 3 states. Yeah, okay. So, minus, yeah, okay, and then I can do a tech P050 for the remaining cases. Okay, so in the 0 case, I'll just send, yeah, okay, I'm gonna make this as dumb as possible. It knows basically nothing other than when you get 0, send -30, -31, 33, 34. There won't be enough room for this. Or will there? Probably not. Okay, no, I'm thinking of this wrong. Tech P0, I can do it simpler, just do it per segment. Tech P0, 100, move 30, x2, move minus 30 x2. Here we go. Tech P0, 0. So that's for this, that's for this segment. Will I have enough instructions for this? 2 more. Yes, for these I can TCP. TCP P050. Shoot, no, I can't. Hold on, what about this? So 30, 31. No, that's no good. No, the most compact way to do it would be like this. TCP P050 minus Negative 30, negative 31. Hang on, no, I already got the 30 and the 31. No, I'm only doing... Or I got the 30 and the 34. I'm only doing 31 and 33, and I can fit. Great. Right, so 31 and 33. So 0 means negative 31, 33. $100 means the opposite. Done. Not. Something's wrong with control rods. Slightly. Okay. So what went wrong? Where did it first fail? Right there. So it's not 100, it is now 50. Negative 30. Sounds right. It's not 100, so that's not inserted fully. It's also not 0, so it's not out fully. Sure. This should work fine. TCP P0, 50. Wait, hold on. No, I don't. If it equals 50... No, something's wrong here. Yeah, if it's 50, it'll do nothing. Tech P050. No. It's TLT100. TLT P0100 plus. Right, yeah, so for, and in TGT, P0100, or 0. If less than 100, yeah, okay, I think that's what I wanted. If less than 100, and this is for 31 and 33. If less than 100, then 33 is off. Otherwise, 33 is on. Yeah, okay, so if less than 100, 33 is off, otherwise 33 is on. If greater than 0, 31 is off, otherwise 31 is on. That's the actual logic I want here. Okay, done. No. Something reversed. TLT 100. TGT 0. You handle 33, you handle 31. What's wrong? TLT P0100. It is at 0, so move negative 33 x2. So there went that 32, by the way. I have these reversed. I have these reversed. I have these reversed, that's all. Oops. There we go. There we go. No, not quite. Something is still wrong. The same spot. I'm very close to done. I don't really have the room to make this more power efficient. I think this is just how much power it's going to take. So TLT P0. Oh right, by the way, P0 is will not show up here because it's not in a register. It is now 50. It is less than 100. So I want negative 31, right? No, not for 50. No, that's 33. Oh, hang on, it's a mix, isn't it? If it's less than 100, then I want $33 off. If it's less than 100, I want 33 off. Otherwise, I want 30 on. Yeah, my logic is just a little muddled here. Yeah, okay. So I only need to communicate... Oh boy. Okay, so let's just rewrite this entirely, because I got all muddled, I think. Well, no, but this should already cover that, shouldn't it? If it's 100, 30 is on, and 33 is off. I might not even need this. I might not even need this. If it's 100, if it is 100, and only if it is 100, 30 is on. Otherwise, 30 is off. That is accurate. No, wait, what? Why did this make sense, then suddenly stop making sense? Like I had it. Okay, so let's make a little table here. This will make things much easier. So 0 means negative 30, negative 31. I never touched 33. Negative 30, negative 31, 33, 34. Commas don't fit. 50. Negative 30, 31, 33, negative 34. 100. 30. 31, negative 33, negative 34. All of those need to change. Okay, so the ones that are the same when less than 100. Negative 30. The ones that are the same when greater than 0. Negative 34. I'm going to rewrite this. Okay, so TLT P0 100. Negative 30. X2. Move 30. X2. TGT P0 0. Negative 34. Okay, so that covers the leftmost and the rightmost. However, also, those other two are expressed the same way. Yeah, okay. It literally is just these two things. Let's see, P0 100. Okay, so less than 100 for this means 33. Greater than 100 means negative, or equal to 100 means negative 33. Okay? Yeah, it really is just this. I just had to set up that little table of P0 means 31. So it's one positive number for that and one negative number for the other one. But what does this actually do on 50? Does this work for 50? It should, right? 31 x2. Negative 31 x2. Really? With just two tests? I guess so. Am I sure about this? So in the case of 50, less than 100 will be true, and greater than 0 will be true. Okay, so both true, one true, other true. So those are the 3 ways to control flow through this. Negative 30, 33, 31, negative 34. Negative 30, 33, 31, negative 34. It works. It's just a little confusing. Okay, yeah. So just charting this out was the way to get my thinking clear on it. Okay, great. That's a breakpoint. I can remove. Let's go. Works fine. Okay. So first test case passed. And it should pass all others because my logic is correct. All right. Control rods going in and out. That one was inserted and removed very violently. Okay. Well, that worked. I think the slowness of evaluating this is just for updating the display. All right. Cost a little high, lines of code a little low, power usage very average. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I'm not too surprised there's another peak there because there's a lot of inefficiency I had here with... Right, so I know why my production cost is high. Because of this, that's why. This ridiculous extra counter that I used. But yeah, just for this thing's counting properties. I don't know, it made sense at the time. It's a weird solution, but I've done it now. I didn't manage to work logic gates into this solution. I had some idea for them, and it would be like this. Like this could maybe be done with logic gates somehow. Maybe. Anyway. Okay. Several years ago, I met a brilliant young scientist who told me the future of energy was in thorium-based nuclear power. I was skeptical, to say the least. Today, I could not be more happy to have been proven wrong, and in so short a time, with Avalon City's first liquid fluoride thorium reactor coming online today and many more on the way, please join me in giving Dr. Kurchatova a big hand for her stunning achievements. Sun Hatian, President of Avalon City. Congratulations, Irina! Soon we will have more energy than we could ever need. Okay, great. So we solved hunger problems, we solved energy problems. What's left? I think we have a Sun Haotian problem. He is being a benevolent dictator right now, but that won't last. I mean, like, what about when he dies? Who's his successor going to be? What's he going to do with, or what are they going to do with all their power? I don't know. Like, this is... This is pre-dystopia Avalon City, but seriously, this is just super unstable. Something very, very bad is going to happen here. Carl knew, he didn't join me here. Anyway, blast from the past. Hey, maybe I'll hear from Longtongue. That'd be nice. Interface, scaffold printer. All right, see you next time for these things.